Hello friends, today we see numerical on simple stresses and strain. Okay, in last lecture we see what is statically determinate structure and statically indeterminate structures. If we find out internal forces or stresses in a member by using simple static equilibrium conditions and free body diagrams, then that structure is called as statically determinate structure. And if it is impossible to find out internal forces by using static equilibrium conditions alone, then that structure is called as statically indeterminate structure. Simply supported beam, overhanging beam, cantilever beam are the examples of statically determinate structures, and fixed beam is an example of statically indeterminate structure. Then how to find out total elongation produced in statically determinate structures? So by using principle of superposition, we find out a total elongation or contraction produced in a statically determinate structures. Then what is principle of superposition? Principle of superposition states that a total elongation or contraction is equal to algebraic sum of elongation or contraction producing each part. That is delta L is equal to delta L1 plus delta L2 plus delta L3 and so on. Okay, according to Hooke's law, we know what is delta L, what is change in length. If we conduct a tensile test on universal testing machine, then within elastic limit, stress is directly proportional to strain. If directly proportional symbols go there is one elastic constant, and that elastic constant is called as modulus of elasticity or Young's modulus. And that Young's modulus is equal to, it is a ratio of direct stress divided by linear stress. Direct stress, it is also called as axial stress, it must be tensile stress or compressive stress. Okay, then stress is nothing but force upon area, internal resistive force divided by cross sectional area, and linear strain is nothing but change in length by original length. Then the formula for Young's modulus is capital E is equal to P into L divided by A into delta L. And by using this formula, we find out delta L, and that delta L is equal to PL by AE. Okay. So by using principle of superposition, we find out a elongation or contraction produced in a statically determinate members. Let's see by numerical. Here is a numerical, a steel bar of variable section. A steel bar means material is same, it is homogeneous material. Okay, its modulus of elasticity is 205 GPa, and that steel bar of varying cross section is subjected to forces as shown in figure. There are internal forces produced in that member. Okay, external loads apply on that steel bar, and that steel bar having varying cross section. Its cross section is not same throughout its length, its cross section is variable. Okay, then find out a total elongation produced in that steel bar. We have to find out total change in length. Okay, let's see how to solve that numerical. First of all, we give a number of each part. Okay, let's consider this is part 1, this is part 2, and this is part 3. Okay, then we draw a BD of each part. Okay, assume some sign conventions and find out a internal forces produced in each part, and again by applying principle of superposition find out total elongation. So first of all, we draw a BD of each part. Let's see here a BD of part 1. This is part 1. Here we draw a BD of part 2, and here we draw a BD of part 3. Okay, let's see how to find out internal stresses or internal forces produced in each part. We assume that there are some sign conventions for horizontal forces, forces along x-axis. If forces goes towards the right side, we take positive, and if forces goes towards the left side, we take negative. Simple. We assume that sign conventions. Okay, let's see then. We consider one section in first part. We consider one section in first part. See only left side of forces. And as we know the sign conventions, forces goes towards left, we take negative. Forces goes towards right, we take positive. Okay, we consider section in first part. See left side of forces and left side of first part. Left side of force, there is only one force which is goes towards left, means it is negative, and that force is 45 kilonewton. Here I draw that force, that is 45 kilonewton. Okay. Then we see right side of forces. If right side of forces is equal and opposite to the left side of forces, then our calculation is true, and we got an internal force in first one. Simple. Then see right side of forces. Here the section's right side forces, there is 20 kilonewton force goes towards right, we take positive, that is plus 20. That 30 kilonewton force goes towards left, it is negative, that is minus 30. That 55 kilonewton force goes towards right, it is plus 55, it is positive. Okay, then 30 minus 30 plus 20, it is minus 10. Minus 10 plus 55 is plus 45. Plus 45 means it goes towards right side. It goes towards right side. Here is we got plus 45 kilonewton force. Here these two forces are equal and opposite, means our calculation is true, and we got an internal force in first part, that is P1, and that P1 is 45 kilonewton. And here that both forces are pull type, tensile, that's why that forces are positive forces. Okay, then similarly we follow the same procedure for second part and third part. Again we consider a section in second part. We consider section in second part. See left side of forces. Left side of forces, there are two forces, 45 and 20. 45 goes towards left, that is minus 45. 20 kilonewton goes towards right, that is plus 20. Minus 45 plus 20, it is minus 25. Minus 25 means it goes towards the left. Minus means it goes towards the left. Here we got a left side force, and that is 25 kilonewton. Okay, let's see right side of forces. Right side force, that is 30 kilonewton goes towards left, that is minus 30, and plus 55, it is right. It goes towards the right side, that is minus 30 plus 55, it is plus 25. Plus 25 means it goes towards the right side. Here we got force in second member or second part, that P2 is, again these two forces are pull type, that's why P2 is plus 25 kilonewton. Let's find out forces in third part. We consider a section in third part. Okay, see left side of forces. See left side of forces. Left side of forces are minus 45 plus 20 minus 30. Okay, that minus 45 minus 30 plus 20, that forces becomes 20 minus 45 minus 30 plus 20, and that forces are minus 55. Minus 55 means goes towards left side, and it is minus 55 kilonewton. See right side of forces, right side of forces, there is goes towards the right side, and it is plus 55 kilonewton. We got force in third member, and it is again tensile, that's why it is plus 55 kilonewton. We got internal forces in each member. Okay, our step 1 is completed. We draw a PD of each and every part, apply static equilibrium conditions, and find out internal forces in each part. Second, we apply principle of superposition. Okay, principle of superposition. What is principle of superposition? A total change in length is the algebraic sum of change in length of each part, that is delta L is equal to delta L1 plus delta L2 plus delta L3. Okay, according to Hooke's law, we know what is delta L1, that is P1 L1 divided by A1 E1 plus delta L2 is P2 L2 divided by A2 E2 plus P3 L3 divided by A3 E3. Okay, so first of all we find out area of each part. First of all we find out A1, that A1 is equal to A3 because diameter is same, 30 mm 30 mm, that is pi by 4 into 30 square. We got area of first part and third part, that is pi into 30 square divided by 4, and that area is 706.86 mm square. Then find out area of second part, that is pi by 4 into 35 square, and that is pi by 4 into 35 into 35, and that area is 962.112, that is mm square. We got area of each and every part. Let's see then delta L. That delta L is, what is P1? Here the material is same. Okay, it is a steel bar, that's why its modulus of elasticity is same. We take modulus of elasticity common, that is 1 by E. Then formula is P1 L1 divided by A1 plus P2 L2 divided by A2 plus P3 L3 divided by A3. Okay, then delta L is equal to 1 by E. E is 205 into 10 raised to 3 in bracket. What is P1? P1 is 45 kilonewton, that is 45 into 10 raised to 3 into L1. Length of first bar is 1 meter, means 1000 mm, divided by area A1 is 706.86 plus what is P2 is 25 kilonewton, that is 25 into 10 raised to 3 into L2 is 1200 divided by A2 is 962.112 plus P3 is 55 kilonewton, means 55 into 10 raised to 3 into length is 1000 mm divided by A3 is 706.86. Okay, by doing that simple calculation we got a total change in length, and that total change in length, that is delta L is 0.842 mm. Okay, and that total extension produced in steel bar of varying cross section is delta L, that is 0.842 mm. That's it.